Yesterday, we were observing Uttana Ekadashi and appearance day of our Parangurudev, but I was not satisfied because there was less time. I could not speak more on Parangurudev. So because today also is that festival for Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj and for our Parangurudev, feast is there, and today also in our mat many sannyasis they came to speak his glories, so at least something. Yesterday also I did not mention one very important achievement of Parangurudev that today I will speak. So I heard from Gurudev that in the beginning, when they were preaching in Assam, they were going from village to village, mostly walking. Sometimes Parangurudev was on bullock cart, and how much hardship Parangurudev used to take just to bring the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to everyone and to awaken devotion for Krishna in everyone. He said we were staying in very poor like houses or arrangements by very poor people. So there were not nice arrangements, but Parangurudev would tolerate everything just so that he can speak Harikatha. And Gurudev said, but those days were the best. They were simple people, poor, but they had this inclination to serve sadhus and Krishna. So Guru said those were the best days. Then that was still in when they were in Chaitanya Mat. That time Parangurudev was already initiating, though he was not like main acharya of that mat, but he was also one of those who were initiating. But because of his pure character, many people got attracted, and he brought many new devotees to the mat, taking as disciples. So that another acharya, main one, he told to Parangurudev that he should not give initiations there in Chaitanya Mat, but he should do it in Jogapit. That is, it is still belongs to Chaitanya Mat as something somewhat smaller place, so as not to be in the eyes of all. Then again, that there so many were attracted. And then later he told him, better you give initiations in Srila Sangan. That is even smaller place. Then again that same thing happened. Then ultimately he told him to, not directly, but through his followers, to give initiation in Murari Gupta's place. That is even more small, in Parikrama we are going. But Parangurudev never complained, never nothing. He was only doing his seva for Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada told him that you will have to preach, and he was doing very successfully. And also so many God brothers of Parangurudev, means disciples of Prabhupada, they requested him, you have to take sannyas to continue with the mission of Prabhupada. So on their request, Parangurudev first came to Srila Bhakti Rakshidhar Dev Gosai Maharaj, and he requested him, means he said, I want to take sannyas from you, but since you are outside of Chaitanya Mat, that time Sridhar Maharaj was already doing his own Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, so I might get some difficulties there, but I request you, at least you please give my sannyas name. I will take sannyas from Srila Bhakti Gaurav by Gosvami Maharaj. You give some name. Then Srila Sridhar Maharaj said, yes, I understand the situation. And he said Bhakti Dayita. This must be there, because Dayita means there. And my Gurudev's Diksha name is Barshabhanavi Dayita Das. It's Prabhupada's Diksha name given by Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Barshabhanavi Dayita Das. So he said, in remembrance of this, you should be Bhakti Dayita. I hear some ISKCON devotees, they sometimes pronounce Bhakti Daitya, but that is not correct. Daitya means demon. From Diti, those who are born demons, they're called Daityas. Like Prahlad Maharaj is Daitya in that dynasty, and those who are born of Aditi, they are demigods. So mostly they know that word, so they are not so acquainted, so they say Bhakti Daitya, but it is not correct. So he said Bhakti Dayita, and then either Madhava or Damodar. Let your sannyas guru choose from these two. Then Parangurudev gave full dandavat to Srila Sridhar Maharaj, taking his blessing and permission. Then he approached Srila Bhakti Gaurav Gosvami Maharaj. He was in Chaitanya Math doing bhajan. Later on, he also made his own mission in Orissa. So he gave him the name Bhakti Dayita Madhava. And then, so Parangurudev was very successful. Then one day, he was in some place in preaching in Bengal somewhere with some of his disciples. And many of his disciples, they were in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sangha, like as Pujari or like this. So then, from that Chaitanya Math, disciples of Parangurudev got notice that your Gurudev is there in that place in preaching. So he is sending a message that you all should join him there and taking your beddings with you, because it will be necessary in that preaching. So you all should join him there. That is his message. Then they were surprised, but they thought really it is message of Gurudev. So they all packed and went there. Then Parangurudev was surprised, why you all came here? Then they told him, because this it was you called us, we got this message. Then Parangurudev immediately understood what is going on. It was actually not true, but he understood that they are like taking him out of Chaitanya Math, because disciples of that another Acharya, they were pressing that as long as Madhav Gosai Maharaj will stay in Chaitanya Math, you can never become like main and great like this, and because he's taking. So that arrangement was made. Of course, behind it is the will of Krishna. Later on, they explained, all God brothers, that there were some apparently outwardly looking some difficult times after Prabhupada disappeared, but that was all arranged by Prabhupada and Krishna so that many acharyas will emerge, not only one. So that those who are qualified, they should not be limited in their preaching. That was also our Parangurudev's vision. He told it. That because you will find in Srila Bhakti Sansara Thakur last message, he told you all should preach Rupa Raghunatha's message and unitedly and taking shelter of Guru to serve the transcendental senses of Radha Krishna, and that this channel of pure devotion from Bhaktivinoda Thakur will never be stopped. So you should vow to double your efforts. And then Prabhupada said there, you will find, I also saw in original Bengali, that among you, there are many who have that qualification, Yogata, who are qualified to do this. So he said many. And really it was true. He did not name any Acharya, particular name or something. He said many of you can do this. Means to continue the Guru Parampara coming from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So that period was meant so that this would happen, that those who were qualified would be independent in their preaching. So Parangurudev did not say anything, no accusing, blaming, disturb, anything. He just called one his god brother, householder, a disciple in Calcutta, and he requested him, you please find one place, you rent one place for 40 members. Then they came to Rasbihari Avenue and they were staying there. And then preaching was going on successfully, and they then also got that land in Mayapur, Ishodyan. Parangurudev started developing that. And then later on he was invited to many places, so that spread gradually all over India. He opened many 24 mats, big mats all over India, and preaching in all different places, from south to north, everywhere. When he came to South India, people were amazed. When he was doing kirtan and dancing, they said, we never saw anything like that before. I heard from Srila Turiyashrami Maharaj how people of South India, they were impressed by our Gurudev seeing him singing and dancing. They were all attracted. Then Hyderabad mat came and other so many. So he was, then that Calcutta mat came, new one, Satish Mukherjee Road, now where headquarters are there. And every year there was Navadip Parikrama, and every year Brajamandal Parikrama. Then later on, from I think 66, Parangurudev came out from Chaitanya Math around 1954 or 55, something like this. So since disappearance of Prabhupada in 1936 till 54, he was staying in Chaitanya Math, preaching. Then he made this Chaitanya Gauriya Math, and Brajamandal Parikrama was every year, but I think in 1966, they made it every 3 years, not every year, because doing all places in Brajamandal, not only selected places, but whole, and different camps, and more devotees started to come, so it was difficult to arrange every year. So they made every 3 years, and but Kartik Brata was done in some place, that all Ashtaka, Lila Kirtan, Shikastaka, Nagar Sankirtan daily in some big city or somewhere to give mercy to all jivas. In Assam also, Paranguri, wherever he was always doing Nagar Sankirtan. He said this is necessary. This is Mahaprabhu's procedure. So, and also they were going through some forest, and other brahmacharis, they were not so enthusiastic because they did not see any people around. Then Paranguri said, no, we don't think like that. We are not doing kirtan to impress others for people. We are doing to satisfy Krishna. And also, you should not think, here there are many other living entities. These trees are hearing, and animals, birds, mosquitoes, everyone they are hearing. It is not going in vain. So that was his vision. Then, Parangurdev, yesterday also I told that in Punjab, he broke that Mayavad fortress. No one before him dared to challenge there. But he did, and I heard from his disciples who are from that place, they also said that our Gurudev, he did not speak very like high class or like fully proper Hindi. He was Bengali, so Hindi. But what impressed us was his kirtan and dancing. Everyone was attracted by that. And then he spoke Harikatha. Harikatha also very powerful. Also, you can hear his recordings. And daily also preaching Mumbai everywhere. Then he was very successful. So, and every year he used to visit Srila Sridhar Maharaj after Navadip Dham Parikrama. So 1 year, and all other God brothers also, they used to meet there after Navadip Parikrama because they were all there. So 1 year, the God brothers, they said that there is a birthplace of Chaitanya, of Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur in Puri. We should try to get that place. So then they were all discussing, and they could see that if they all collectively they try to gather money, still that would be insufficient to be successful in that project. So they had that desire. Then they all requested, Parangurdev, only you can do it. Because Prabhupada, whenever he gave you any task, he had full faith that you will surely fulfill that. And really it happened. So they were all requested him. And also Srila Sridhar Maharaj said, when they were preaching in South India with Parangurdev, that time still Brahmachari, he said, when all our efforts failed, then we told him, now we failed, so now we will give up this project. Then Madhav Maharaj said, no, now we should start giving some effort. So Srila Sridhar Maharaj praised Parangurdev that when all our efforts fail, that is the starting point of his efforts. And he was successful. Then they all requested, you can do it. Then Parangurdev took it as a desire of his God brothers. So he came to Puri with our Gurudev, and he told to our Gurudev to find out the situation. It was very difficult situation in that place because so many tenants were there and from long time. And according to Indian law, you cannot remove them by force and like this. Many complications. So our Gurudev, he investigated everything to know full situation. Then his report was to Parangurdev that it is very complicated. It is actually impossible to get that place. It will only be a waste of money and waste of energy. So it is not possible. That was conclusion of our Gurudev. And he then Parangurudev was only silent. Hearing this, he was silent, and he said, "You bring paper. I will dictate to you. You will write to this person, this governor, that judge, that all this. Now we will start." Then when Gurudev was writing that letter, he thought to himself, already I told him it is impossible, but he was so eager and with full faith. And when I was writing that letter, also I came to that conclusion, yes, it is impossible, but by Krishna's will, impossible can be made possible. My Gurudev is absolute counterpart of Krishna, his personal associate. If he wants, it is possible. So he was fully surrendered to Parangurudev and was assisting in all those things. So it took 10 years. Mostly our Gurudev was engaged there. Took 10 years to get that place, ultimately. And in between also, what happened in the beginning, when first starting, our Parangurudev approached Acharya of Chaitanya Math that time to request him that let us do this together, because this is important place for all of us, Prabhupada's appearance place. Let us do this together. You have big mission, and we can be successful if we are together. But that Acharya expressed no enthusiasm. He said, when our Prabhupada was here, he never told us, like, for example, to recover the birthplace of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So I don't feel like this is so necessary. So then Parangurudev, he failed there. Then he failed to get cooperation. Then he came to Bagbazar Guryamat, to Acharya of Bagbazar Guryamat. The same thing he said, that you have big mission and let us do this together. And also after we will get it, I don't want to take it. Let it be part of Bagbazar Guryamat mission. Only we will come there and take darshan. But that is special place, our Gurudev's appearance place. So I don't want to own it. Only let us do this together. But that Acharya also expressed no enthusiasm. So Parangurudev thought, okay, then I have to do. So that was for 10 years, even his contract with so much money, but they failed. During the time of Sai Maharaj, so much money, but they failed. But what happened when finally they found some solution through courts and all this? Gurudev was there for 10 years. Then when they finally got it, then from Chaitanya Math, they came to Puri, to that, I think, governor or something, and they said that actually that place should be ours, because we are original Math. We are actually original Math of Prabhupada, so it should be, it is actually ours. We have a right over that place. He came out from the Math, means Madhav Maharaj came out, so he should not get that, we should. So then I heard from Srila Bharati Maharaj, when they told him to Parangurudev with great disappointment. And Bharati Maharaj also said we were like angry and disturbed. How they can do like this? You first requested them, let us do this together. They were not willing to cooperate and to give any help. Now when we got it, now they want to claim it. What is this? And he was telling. Then they told to Parangurudev, and Parangurudev, because he's a realized soul, he just said, it is all for the best. He saw it is the grace of Krishna. It is all, whatever is happening by the will of Krishna, it is all for the best. Now we will have to give more effort to get this seva. So he saw it as an opportunity, as a grace. Now we'll have to give more effort. Then he called our Gurudev, because he was at that time in Puri, and he said, you will have to go and speak with that governor and convince him. And he told him what he will have to say. Then our Gurudev humbly said that, no, if I go, I will not be successful. You have to come. That time Parangurudev was in Amritsar, in North India. Then Gurudev said, you will have to come. Then Parangurudev came, and without prior appointment, directly he went to the house of that main governor. And governor was about, just at that time, he was about to leave with car to some place. But only he saw Parangurudev from car. He never saw him before. That time, first time he saw him. Immediately he told the driver to stop the car, and he came out from the car and full dandavat to Parangurudev. Such was the attractive power of Parangurudev. And also because he came for this service. So then that governor said, you wanted to meet me? Parangurudev said, yes. Then governor said, yes, okay, I have one very important meeting now. I will be back soon, so you wait here. I will engage one person to take care of you. You just wait, I will come after some time. So Parangurudev was waiting. Then when governor came and they were discussing and Parangurudev explained everything to him, then governor said, yes, it is yours. He gave. So then it is like, because it was the desire of Prabhupada. Our Prabhupada means our Parangurudev was chosen to get that place, to get this seva. And he had also full faith. Totally at the beginning, when there was nothing there, only those tenants and some drain, dirty. It was very dirty there, bad smell also. But when Parangurudev first came there and he saw, then in that drain, that dirty place, he gave full dandavat on the ground. Because he had such faith. This is the birthplace of my Gurudev. So because of that full surrender and full faith, ultimately he got it. Then everyone were very happy, and now everyone is going there. All Gauriya Mats, they're going there, ISKCON, everyone going there. And they are praising Parangurudev's this success there. Also in Chandigarh, preaching was going on, and then Parangurudev wanted to establish one mat there. So he met with some important, those from Chandigarh, and he said, I want to make, they all agreed, yes, you can make mat, but, and Parangurudev said, but I want that park. In that park I want to make. Then they were all opposing. No, it is impossible. That is park. He said only one part of that park I want. There I want to make a mat. They were all opposing. But he also did not give up, Parangurudev. Then they said to Mayor, And Mayor also came there to tell him that no, it is impossible to get that place. You can take some other place, but not this one. With this intention, he came to that meeting. And when Mayor saw Parang Gurudev, he also could not but agree, yes, okay, you take that place. Such was the influence of Parang Gurudev. And yesterday I told Jagannath that Chagda, that Jagannath offered himself, and in Agartala, in Brindaban also, 2 places he got. First he got 1 place and established, then Giri Maharaj also wanted to offer his own temple to him. If I give to you, then I can peacefully give up my body. I don't want to give to others, I want to give to you. So Parang Gurudev was very strong, and all God brothers, he had full respect, faith, and service. Then also when he was still brahmachari, that also I forgot to tell yesterday. Yesterday, not so much time. Prabhupada, there, that Janmashtami festival, 30-day, Harismaran Mahotsav, so many distinguished guests were there of Calcutta city to preside, and they were speaking. Then students of C.V. Raman, that scientist, they requested Prabhupada, why you are not inviting our teacher? He's world famous, he got Nobel Prize in physics for his invention. Then Prabhupada said, yes, I have no objection. Then he sent Parang Gurudev to invite him. Parang Gurudev that time brahmachari, high grip. And he came there to that Dr. C.V. Raman, and wife took him to the laboratory of C.V. Raman. And then Parang Gurudev humbly, he said that I'm from Gaudiya Math, and you are kindly invited to come to our meeting for Janmashtami. This 1 month long festival is there, so you please come and preside in the meeting. Then that C.V. Raman challenged Parang Gurudev, can you show me your God? If you can show me your God, then I can come. I don't believe anything which cannot be proved by experiment and observation. That scientific process. Then Parang Gurudev said, actually your students, they wanted that you should be invited, so kindly you please accept. Then he said, no, why I will waste my time? Can you show me your God? If you can show me your God, then I can come. Then I will come. Then Parang Gurudev said, yes, and that person said, there is nothing beyond sense perception. If you can show him, then I can, but otherwise I will not waste time. Then Parang Gurudev said, here, this wall is there, and there were no windows, and behind that wall there is northern Calcutta. So Parang Gurudev said, I don't see anything beyond this wall. But would it be correct to say that there is nothing beyond this wall? Because both know that there is Calcutta is there. Then that Raman said, we cannot see now with these eyes, but with certain instruments also I can see through this wall, also possible. Then Parang Gurudev said, yes, okay, but there is a limitation to that also. So beyond that, can you confirm that there is nothing beyond those instruments? They have also limitation. Then C.V. Raman said, you don't waste my time. If you can show me your God, then I will come. Then Parang Gurudev said, if your students, those who are coming to Gaudiya Math, they would say to you, they will study, they will become your students only if you first show them what you discovered what would you do? Then Raman said, no, that is not possible to show them. Because first, one has to finish that master degree in physics, and then they will have to study with me for another 5 more years to be able to understand what I discovered. Otherwise, they cannot understand and they cannot know. Then Parangurudev immediately said, yes, same is here. You cannot show your students what you discovered unless they take the procedure by which they can come to know that. In the same way, Indian rishis, seers, it is same. If you follow their process, then you will be able to see whether there is God, or you can say there is no God if you don't see. But before trying, how can you deny that there is no God if you did not make any experiment and observation through that process given by Indian rishis? Without experiment and without observation, you are claiming there is no God. So, if you follow, then you can either reject that, what they are saying, or confirm. Then Dr. Raman was defeated and he remained silent and he became humble and he said, actually, I don't know much about this topic, about Krishna. Yes, because before Parangurudev, so the appearance day of Krishna we will celebrate. Then in a deriding way that Dr. C.V. Raman said, I don't believe in your Keshto Bishtu. That is not good language, said Krishna Vishnu. In like low class Bengali and with disrespect, Keshto Bishtu. Krishna Vishnu, I don't believe. I don't see, so I don't believe. But he was defeated. And also our Gurudev was very fond to say, in Jalandhar, there was one meeting for Mahaprabhu's appearance. All devotees, they organized there. And Parangurudev was to open that, and he came from his house to reach that place, walking, it was near, at 8 p.m. But when he was walking on the road, some 3-4 black cars, they blocked his way, and they came out and they said, Swamiji, we saw your photo in newspaper, so we came to you to see you. Then Paranguru said, I have a meeting there, you come later or tomorrow. Then one of local persons, he said, no, there are some important persons of this city, so you give them some time. I will inform them, those devotees there, that you will be 15 minutes late. Then Parangurudev came back to his room and they all with him. Then one income sales tax officer, someone, Mr. Pandey, he challenged Parangurudev. Swamiji, what is, he said, what I cannot perceive with these senses, that does not exist. I came to you with 20 questions. Then Parangurudev was never disturbed. Our Gurudev told him, I never saw him disturbed in any circumstance, always with a smile on his face, because really I saw. So never I saw him, always he was giving due respect to all and always with a smile. I saw no one could disturb our Gurudev. Never. So Parangurudev was patiently writing those questions and he said that, yes, these questions I can give answer, but If I would give answer to each question like 5 minutes, then I will miss that program. They made arrangements, so I cannot. If you come tomorrow, then I can give time. Then they said, no, tomorrow we will not be here. And Parangure said, just stood up and was walking. Then this same Mr. Pandey, before he said that, yes, what I cannot touch, what I cannot see, what I cannot smell, that does not exist. It's all fictitious. And our Gurudev told, because he was beside our Parangure, he spoke in a very challenging mood. Our Gurudev said, I did not feel nicely how he said it, but Parangure was not disturbed. Then Parangure was walking on the road, and that Pandey came after him. Oh, Swamiji, I came to you with great expectation. Actually, I have this one request. My mind is very much disturbed, so many worries and so I came to you with great expectation that you please give me some mantra or some advice or something so that I can calm my mind. Then Parangurudev smiled. Pandey, you are deceiving me. No, Swamiji, I'm not deceiving you. Really, my mind is so much disturbed. And you, at least you give me some advice or something, some small. Then Parangurudev again smiled, said, no, you are deceiving me. Then said, no, Swamiji, why you repeatedly saying, really, I am speaking sincerely. Then Parangurudev said, because before you told me what you cannot see, what you cannot touch, that does not exist. So you tell me, did you ever see your mind? Did you touch your mind? Is it soft or hard? What color it is you saw? What smell, all this? Because before he told, I don't believe in Atma Paramatma. That which I cannot perceive by senses, that does not exist. Then Parangure said, so you tell me what color is your mind? Is it soft, or what taste? Is it salty or bitter or sweet or what? So you cannot tell, so there is no mind. Already you said before, there is nothing. So there is no mind. So where is there is a question of mind being disturbed? Because if there is no mind, so then that Pandey said, oh Swamiji, that is okay. I cannot see my mind, but I can feel my mind by the presence of thoughts. So I know it exists, though I cannot see and touch it. Then Parangure said, yes, this is the answer to your question. We can also feel our soul. And if we go deeper, also we can feel super soul, Atma Paramatma. Atma, no one in this world wants to die. No one wants to be full. No one wants to be unhappy. The presence of these desires prove the existence of Atma, because something non-eternal, this body or mind, cannot have a desire to remain permanently. And there is no knowledge in them. From a dead body you cannot get any knowledge. So knowledge principle has a desire to know, does not want to remain full. And blissful principle wants to be happy. These are not the properties of body and mind, but of the Atma. So presence of this desire indirectly prove the existence of Atma. If you do that spiritual practice, you can directly realize your Atma. And also you can realize Paramatma. Then you can know. Then in this way he refuted him. And other also during Kartik we are hearing about that Mayavadi in Punjab. And the Muslims also. So one I will tell, maybe tomorrow I can say about the Muslims, because they are all very instructive, this preaching incidents of Parangurudev, because realized soul, he can actually preach and open eyes to others who are blinded. So Parang Gurudev was invited in one Lakshmi Narayan temple, and also in Punjab, that Sitaram temple, that maybe tomorrow I can say, that this was in Ambala camp. Parang Gurudev was invited to have 10 days program in one Lakshmi Narayan temple to preach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message. One who was managing that temple, he had great faith in Parang Gurudev, so he invited him. So Parang Gurudev was speaking. Then after some days, one young sannyasi came and he was pressing on that manager, you allow me to speak also. Then manager said, I already invited this Swamiji, his program is for 10 days, so I cannot give you now, but if you come later, then after this Swamiji will leave, then you can speak. But he was pressing, insisting, no, I want to speak now. Then that manager said, okay, if I will ask him, this Swamiji, Madhav Maharaj, if he will allow, then I can allow you, but I cannot go beyond him. Then he asked Parang Gurudev, and Parang said, yes, okay, let him speak. He can speak for half an hour, and after that I will speak for half an hour, altogether 1 hour. Then the sannyasi spoke many things, Mayavad, philosophy, and at the end he said, I am Ram, so whom I will worship? If I am Ram, whom I will worship? Because he thought that Parang Gurudev is also Mayavadi, seeing his saffron cloth. He thought he will be very pleased. And all were Mayavadis there in Punjab, so he thought also Parang Gurudev Mayavadi, so he spoke this. Then next day, when on veranda, Parang Gurudev was chanting there, walking, then that Mayavadi or sannyasi young also came, and because Parang Gurudev was very tall and powerful and influential, then that sannyasi bowed down to Parang Gurudev, and Parang Gurudev said, now here is my room, you please come in my room. You sit here, and Parang Gurudev was sitting on chair, and that he was younger, he sat on the floor, and Parang Gurudev closed the door. He said, yesterday you spoke very nice, everyone liked what you spoke, but that last sentence I could not understand what you meant, because in Punjabi language he said. So then he explained, I said that I am Ram, so whom I will worship? Then Parang Gurudev said, you are Ram, you touch your heart and you say, are you Ram? And because Parang Gurudev is realized, he knows who is Ram. He has personal relation with Ram, means with God. So that Mayavadi was perplexed. He saw that really this is something real, and he understood that no, I am not Ram as of whom you are speaking. This also I experienced from our Gurudev when he was speaking about Krishna and also asking me something. Then I could understand that he's speaking from a real realization. Then you can feel that if you speak with realized soul. So he also felt it. Then he said, oh yes, this is wrong, so yes, I will give up this sannyas. I thought you were Mayavadi and I was repeating what I heard, so I will give this up, it is wrong. Then Parang said, no need to give up sannyas. It is good you took sannyas, you renounce the enjoyments of this world, that is okay, but you should preach right philosophy, and there is also right meaning to your words also, or there is an answer to your question also, right one. Parang Gurudev said, You see, there is nothing existing except Ram. Everything is Ram. He is Advaya Gyan Tattva. Nothing is outside of Ram. Everything is Ram. So you are also Ram, but you are not Swarup Ram, means potent Ram, energetic, but you are Rup Ram, form of Ram, like as his potency. Like we hear in Gajendra Moksha, Gajendra is praying, you are this world, you are creator of this world, you are this world, and at the same time you are also beyond this world, you are transcendental form. So that world means your potency. So Parangurudeva explained to him, you are Ram in the sense that you are his potency. Potency is not separate from the potent. So you are part of his potency, so you are Ram. So you are Ram, that is okay. And whom you will worship, answer to your question is, you are Ram and you have to worship Ram. You are Ram as his potency and you have to worship Ram as potent. So you preach this. No need to give up sannyas, but you preach this right conception and devotion to Ram, you preach, then it will be okay. Then he was very much encouraged, that sannyasi. So in this way, Parangurudeva rescued Mayavadis. Also in Vrindavan, one Mayavadi was rescued by Parangurudeva. So many. So tomorrow we can hear further. Muslims also, many.